Hello everybody, welcome to a fun little Let's Build here for Super B-Daman. This is actually my first Super B-Daman build here, and then be my first Super B-Daman build in general. So, the first one we got coming up is Tamago Special. So, this is the first one that you see in the anime, which is pretty cool, well, I think it's the first one Tamago has in the anime. I forget which one comes first in the anime. I think, Gunma Special might be first. But we do have the wonderful Tamago Special here. It's a very interesting little beat-em-on. So this system, or this one here, was made for the anime exclusively, which is why it has an anime screenshot in the bottom here. So instead of like renewing the Bomberman license for the anime, they decided that they would just create a whole new set of beat-em-on for them. Which is funny because it's not the first time it's happened. Like when they re-released the manga, they actually had to redesign the bombers, and so Tamago here has technically like 3 different starter beat-em-on, depending on whatever media and time period you decided to pick up, whatever. But as you see there's the Gunma Special. I forget the name of that one. But they got a few cool of them. And it's talking about the OS gear and stuff like that, how they are compatible with them. We do actually have Gunma Special, so that'll be a later video to talk about there. Got more of the cool little beat-em-on here. Reminds me a lot of, Cobalt Blade in a way. It gives me a lot of those feelings, especially with the wings here. So, I'm kind of excited to try it out. I guess let's get to opening it up real quickly. So, take our wonderful little knife here, and start opening it up. Which, pretty exciting for me. There is no tape on the other side, so I feel like now we can just plop it open. And there we go. Move it to the side. It is funny to me that they didn't use this design when they re-released the manga. It's like, why don't you just like design it that way? But I guess they didn't want to spend too much time on art design for the manga. Take out all the fun stuff here. And sorry if you hear anything in the background. That is someone in my house playing their violin. But cool little box. Kind of bland in a way, but it's very interesting. It is kind of weird to me that they named them the specials or whatever, like Tamago Special and Gunma Special, because it just doesn't seem like good naming choices, and there's already stickers loose around here. That is already not that great. So, here, let's check out the sticker sheet real quickly. Or no, the sticker isn't loose, it's just on there. So, here is the stickers here. I probably won't be using these. I'm going to scan them and do my usual thing, because I doubt these stickers are going to stick well, to be honest. Because these stickers are from, like, what did the box say? Let's see. Let's find out how old this is real quickly. It still says the Takar logo, so you know it's at least really old in a way. I think this came out in 1998. It might be 1999. I kind of forget when Super Beat-em-on anime hit. But that is a very interesting little factoid there. So this is kind of an old one. So there is their sticker sheet, though. You got the cool little anime eyes, little details for him. Then what Tamago right there. That's the name of the character. The character who wields them, at least. Later on this beat-em-on would get his evolutions, at least, would get the name like Phoenix and stuff like that. But earlier on, they just called him Tamago. Mostly because in the original manga, he had a red bomber, so it is cool to see all the little details and everything, though. Here is our little marble here. We got a cool little spring as well. And then we also have the wonderful little body here. So this is going to be a very simple build, by the way. There's not going to be too much going on with this build. We do have more of the little pieces here. The arms, the legs, the little trigger there, and then we got a hold part right there. So there's our 2 little body pieces. And for those wondering, this is the top half, the bottom half of the front, and then the back half. And then you got a head hatch, which this is a concept that I think really only Super kind of pushed into. Crossfight would try for a little bit, but then they kind of gave up on it. Super, I think, was the only one that really pushed for the whole back hatch concept, which is kind of weird to me in my own personal opinion, but that's what they went for. We also got our extra power wings here. So we got the more shorter ones that really like widen out the pins, and kind of weird, so you can tell which ones give you like more power and which ones give you less power. Kind of cool little design here. Like I said, it pretty much reminds me of Cobalt Blade back there, and pretty much a very simple little design there. Love the trigger design, though. The trigger design might actually be, like, a really cool concept to me. So, as you know, we're going to sit down, take all this off the sprues, and come on back and assemble it all together. This will be a pretty quick build today, so probably be recording another one right after it, but pretty excited, though. And then we got the cool little stuff here. Might do the Gunma special. And is that spring okay? Yeah, it looks okay. I don't know. I'm excited to test them out, though. So let's go. I'll be right back in a second. So, woohoo! Wee! And we are back with building, or trimming, not building. But we are going to be building the B-Daman at this point. So let's get on to building him. So first off, we got our cool little marble there, which I found out, by the way, that the Super B-Daman marbles, you might want to watch out with them. They do have some inconsistencies with how they're made, but they do actually generally have the same size as the original, like all the, or not the other type of B-Damas you know of. The only issue they have at most is that they do have a bit of inconsistencies with them. So, for example, some of them might be a bit bigger or whatever. So, be careful with them, I say. But yeah, this was like a whole discussion I had on like Reddit like a long time ago. So I figured I might as well pop it up because we all had to sit there and like I was asking questions, and one person like brought our, what was it? I think Lady Luck. Well, yeah, she goes by Lady Luck on Reddit. She popped up she went and popped out like a whole like digital measuring tool thing and measured out like each generation of what was it, B-Dama, and basically they're all very similar in size. So it shouldn't harm the B-Daman or anything like that. At most, what I've understood from the thing was that Super has a bit of inconsistencies with how they're made, so kind of watch out with them. There is other marbles out there that are huge and stuff like that. For example, this Bomberman back here has some ginormous marbles in them, so you kind of have to watch out with that one. And ooh, this one's kind of hard to build. So this is kind of interesting concept here. I'm going to point this out real quickly. The core whole thing, the arms actually are part of the core. So that means if you wanted to, you can sit there and do the sort of ES thing of like pushing it sort of inwards. I don't know if that'd be the safest move to do, but you can technically sit there and be like, oh yeah, ES move, beat 'em on type things. Which, ooh, these are very hard to push in. Ew. Okay, there we go. So, there's our one arm. These are really nice. I kind of like when arms are done like this instead of the, the zero method. Sorry, I don't like when the B-Daman are super movable. This does remind me a lot of the later Zero system B-Daman. I don't like putting these on. But these do remind me a lot of the Zero system, in a way. So, guess I should, I don't know, do I have a Zero system IVA near me? I do, actually. I guess we could show that off in just a quick second. So, nope, that one has a headpiece on it. Dang, I thought I was going to be very clever and be like, hey, actually, we do have some. So, I figured we'll show this off before we get too deep into this whole build process here. Okay. So, in a way, these kind of remind me of the later on Zero system. So, as you see there, the head shape's very similar in a way. You got the cool little visor details and then little head details in there. The arms very much look generally similar. The feet are put together instead of separated. But to be honest, I kind of like this whole, it just being one solid piece instead of this whole like little movable body stuff. This one's doing pretty decent, but I've seen a bunch of Zeros where their body parts are super loose. So that's like one of the negatives of the Battle Beat-em-on system, or the Zero system for 01 and 02, is that the body parts can get very generally movable. So let's put in the last part here, which is this back hatch, and then we get to talk about the bit more fun part of this. And another thing you can tell the similarities with the original Zero system is these little hold parts here that kind of pop out very easily, as you can see. It just generally reminds me of the original Zero system, which is probably why where I think they probably got the idea from over time. I've never put in these back hatches. It's so weird to have a back hatch in a beat 'em on, because I've never because they did this for a little bit in the original, what was it, Super, but they stopped doing it in Super very quickly, like halfway through Super, they stopped doing it. So not Super, Crossfight. They actually did keep up with this concept here for Super for a long while. In Crossfight, they had it for a little bit, and then at some point they were like, we're done with this, and just kind of moved on. So, cool part about this Beat-em-on, as we start getting a bit more into his design aspects, is that he comes with a lot of spare parts, and we're going to go over them in just a second here. So, we'll go over the triggers first, because might as well do that real quickly, and I forgot to trim this trigger a bit better, so I would probably do that in just a quick second. But we get two triggers in this set. We get two triggers in this set. We got this cool little white one here, which is very much more reminiscent of a basic beat-em-on trigger, which is okay and all, but this is probably the one I'm going to be slapping in there. It is this cool, nice orange trigger. It has a nice little hoop around it. You can easily put your thumb in there and easily fire. It's very nice and stable and stuff like that. I forgot to trim off a piece, so let's do this real quickly. Oop. There we go. Very quick little trim. I just noticed that I had to not trim off that nicely. Let's see. See, I knew this was going to be a bit of a shorter video, so I'm like, I could get into the weird little nitty-gritty of things that I do. Okay, now that should be decently fine. Okay. But this is going to be the trigger I'm going to be using for this, so we're going to slap in the spring here, which, as you know, is just simple little, put the spring in, take it to the other side over here, and you want to line up the spring, and then you just kind of want to shove the pieces in. All you want to do is squeeze these slightly. Don't squeeze too hard, but you squeeze them slightly, and it allows you to pop in the trigger. Now, let's say if you wanted to pop it out and swap out with the other one first, per se, all you have to do is, okay, without losing the spring, which it didn't lose it just flew underneath the camera. Oh, come on. So, all you have to do is just squeeze the parts in, and let's say if you wanted to, you can easily sit down and squeeze this one in, and just use this trigger if you wanted to. I'm not doing that, though, because that kind of takes away the specialness of this guy. Sorry, he is called the Tamago Special. I'm not wanting a basic little beat-em-on. I'm wanting the Tamago Special here. So, we're gonna plop that back in. Get that little squeeze, push it on in, and there we go. Very nice trigger. Got a nice little. Is it all nice in there? Okay. Yeah, very nicely. Do that. I know, like the idea. And we put the trigger in wrong. I just realized that. So we're gonna pop that apparently back up because I looked at the box and I realized the box has it the other way around. So we're gonna flip it around real quickly. But yeah, so I'm gonna do a quick little squeeze, and there we go. Pretty cool little thing. And then the next part here, which I don't have the Beast BB to test this out, so we're probably just gonna do a nice little simple one here. But these are little power wings. The concept of it is it holds tension to these hold parts here and causes the shots to be a lot more powerful. I don't have a Beast BB with me currently, so we'll just put on whichever one they have on the box currently, which one they show on the box. They got the big wings on there, so let's slot the big wings on there. So the idea of these ones is that each one has the different hold parts at different, sort of lengths in a way. So as you can see, they're kind of slightly more spread out as the wings get bigger. So kind of cool idea. Allows you to control power in a way. For right now, we're just going to stick to these little orange ones here. And you can easily pop these out, by the way. So just you can plop them on in. But let's say you don't like that, plop them on out. Go in for the next ones over. Plop those out. There's nothing much really holding them in. All they do is just kind of cause tension, but you can mess around a bit with them. So these ones are actually pretty much closer. That's kind of interesting. So in a weird way, you can see this one. Let's see if I can get this one in. See, there we go. So, there you go. That one causes a bit more tension for it. So, as you see, it pulls them a bit closer. But, pretty interesting little concept here. I'll probably keep to the most basic ones currently, because the more spread out is the way I kind of like it. So, the idea is that these ones do get a bit closer in there. So, the smaller the gap or whatever. Causes a bit more tension, so while you're shooting it off, it's pretty simple. But let's give it a nice little test shot here. So, let's zoom this on out. Close up the knife before I accidentally cut myself here. And all we have to do, pop the hatch off. So you want to pop it off. Comes off easily. Allows you to plop in the marble. Heck, you can even store the marble in there. You don't have to worry about losing it. And there is our B-Daman with the marble in there. Looks pretty nice. It'd probably look nicer with all the stickers applied, but I'm not trusting stickers from the year of the 1998. Sorry. But B-Daman stickers barely usually last, so give it. Let's see. Trying to get the nice shot in there. So let's see. Try to see how I can sit there and record this for y'all. There we go. Let's see. And there we go. Pretty nice and simple little B-Daman there. These don't really hold in that nicely, but overall they do cause a nice little tension breaker type thing, so you can easily just sit there and keep it on out. As that marble just goes flying apparently. But yeah. Overall, pretty cool little B-Daman. Nice little start, I guess, to the whole Super Bomberman anime. And nice little start to my little Super B-Daman builds. So, we'll be seeing a bunch more Super B-Daman over time, because I decided to grab a bunch. So, this is a cool little start here. We'll probably see Gunma Special next, because these are pretty short ones to make and build. And I have enough time to do 2 short ones. So, let's go build another one real quickly. So, I'll be back with another video, but for right now, thank you for watching, and hopefully you like this video enough to probably give it a like. So, thank you. If you all have any questions, please ask me down below, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. But that's pretty much it for right now, so thank y'all for watching. Bye! Woohoo!